Привет! Меня зовут Ragnar Kjartansson, художник. I was asked by ГЭС-2 to do the inaugurational show of this fantastic building. It's like 2017. I just saw this building as this kind of almost empty canvas of, creating something. I was always thinking about the Russian epic, and then I went to Russia in the 90s and fell completely in love. And I was going to study art in Russia, but a lot of bureaucracy, so I just did it in Iceland. The main show here in the nave is a recreation of Santa Barbara. The soap opera that played here in the 90s started with episode 217 on 2nd of January 1992. And it's an interesting historical date because it's just a week after the start of the Russian Federation. And we're doing Santa Barbara, but we're also recreating history. It's a look at Russian history, international history, and this time which sort of created our modern world. Every day here in the museum, we will shoot one episode of Santa Barbara. So on December 4th, we will start with episode 217. It's interesting that it started with episode 217 being shown here in Russia. Then we will do one episode a day. So we start on 4th of December, 217, 5th of December, 218, etc., etc. Every day for 98 days, we will do one episode of Santa Barbara here at ГЭС-2 with actors and technicians. So when you come as an audience member here, you will see the machine of people creating Santa Barbara. And they're both doing Santa Barbara and also recreating history at the same time. Alongside Santa Barbara, which is upstairs here in the nave, there is a show of works called To Moscow, To Moscow, To Moscow, Moskvi v Moskvi v Moskvi. It's a show that me and Ingibjörg Sigurjónsdóttir curated, an overview of my works, some old, some new, in conversation with artists that I adore and I have an kind of artistic conversation with. So here, for example, you see a work of mine called The End, Venice, from 2009. For the whole Biennale from June to November, I painted one painting of my friend every day, wearing Speedos and smoking cigarettes and drinking beer. We would living the real bohemia, as you can see. The works are in conversations with works by other artists I admire. Like here, we have Olga Chernyshova and her fantastic work, To Moscow, which is kind of like the title work of the exhibition. I got to know Olga's work while working on this exhibition and totally falling in love with this idea of these truck drivers on their way to Moscow and see the city and the longing kind of reflecting in the windows. Then getting to know Olga, it's like we both share a deep admiration for Chekhov and for Three Sisters. And I mean, this whole show, To Moscow, To Moscow, To Moscow, is of course comes from Chekhov and this idea of longing. And all these works in the show are kind of about longing. So here is a work by the great Jason Moran, and it's called Staged Savoy Ballroom 1 from 2015. That is just basically a work about sound and music and kind of the importance of music and popular culture. This is a replica of the ceiling and the stage of the Savoy Ballroom, which was really important in jazz history in America. And it's kind of a piece about emancipation, freedom, and creativity out of a horrible situation. You hear old American slave songs in this piece. And Jason is a visual artist and a musician. And he really makes a piece like this, which is sculpture, but it's just also music. And here you see works by Dick Page, fantastic makeup artist. He's a very good friend, we collaborate a lot. And he was the makeup designer art director for Shiseido for many years. Made the makeup and the colors for Shiseido. So he would just do it with doing these small acrylic tests and then send them to Japan, and then they were turned into makeup that people wore. And it's cool about Dick, he's a fantastic person. He looks like Nicholas II, is trained as a butcher but became a makeup artist. He always said, "It's the same, darling. It's just making meat look beautiful." And I really fought for this piece to be in the exhibition, and it's called What Do You Really Mean? And it's just stacks of office paper, regular office paper, gilded with real gold. Basically like how you gild the Bible. It's like a great metaphor about what you're trying to do as an artist. Because like as an artist, you should never kind of understand really what you really mean. So if you understand your works completely, then something is wrong, I think. We can never understand completely another person. It's a very melancholic and beautiful piece. Yeah, so here we are in a piece of mine called The Visitors. This is a video piece consisting of 9 screens. There's music happening in every screen and you walk between them and sort of mix the music yourself as a viewer. It was shot in this old mansion, upstate New York. For me, it's like pretty fantastic to show this piece now here in Russia because like I always thought that this piece was an adaptation of like the mood of the plays of Chekhov. It was very much kind of a Chekhovian situation. And when shooting it, I was thinking a lot about Mikhailkov's Sonata for Self-Playing Piano. There is really like art everywhere in GЭС-2. Here in the car park, in this huge, beautiful car park, there is a work by Ragnar Helgi Ólafsson, which is called Daybreak Forever. And there are speakers all over the car park. And these speakers are connected to a computer that is transmitting sound from a microphone somewhere in the world where dawning is coming. So always in this car cellar in Moscow, there will be dawn. So these sounds must be from somewhere maybe in California. Yeah, it's somewhere in the world where the day is starting. So it's called Daybreak Forever, yeah. I think this piece is insane. So here we are by a work by Icelandic artist Magnús Sigurðarson. It's the last stand of the terrific, fabulous and super. He's an artist of kind of hilarious melancholia, and behind it you will see him as like a news anchor talking about things he's thinking about. Magnús has once said that the cliché is the ultimate expression. And here on the floor it also says, it's more than magnificent, it's mediocre. He's a guy who plays a lot with culture and art in general, and all these artists here are fantastic artists that I could just go on for hours talking about. It will be an honor if you can come to the GЭС-2 and see the exhibition, to Moscow, to Moscow, to Moscow, and have your minds just blown a tiny bit.